Hello, it's Aga from RV's Artist. Today, a really important topic, the depth of field. If you haven't watched the video about the camera basics, stop here and watch it first. It's really important to understand the basics. The link will be in the corner. Depth of field is the distance between the nearest and the furthest objects in an image that appears acceptably sharp. Let me help you to understand this. Now we have an object of our interest here. There are other things around this object. Now, because this is an object of our interest, this area here is our field, which is the area which we are the most interested in to be in focus. The distance here is the depth of our field. We can control it. We can make it deeper or shallower. Deep depth of field means that we want to include more things in focus. And shallow depth of field instead means that we want less things in focus. So, for example, only the part of our main object. Let me show you some examples. In this image, we have everything in focus, so the depth of field is deep. Here instead, we have shallower depth of field, so the wash basin is in focus, and the more distance between things around and the basin, the more blur things get to be. Use shallow depth of field when you want to make your subject to stand out from its background, or when you want to add mystery to your image. For example, a product visualization, vignette, or when you want to frame your image with other objects. If you want to find out more about framing, make sure you check out this video. The link will be in the corner. Basically, if your idea is to have as much as possible in focus, use deep depth of field. Depth of field in software makes rendering time much longer. So, if your idea doesn't include this effect and you need quick rendering, just don't use it. Depth of field is the byproduct of the aperture. So, we can control it by changing the f-number value. The lower the value, the shallower the depth of field will be created. Now, let me show you how to create depth of field in the software. I start from Vray because I like how they show the changes of f-number value in the viewport preview. Let's create the Vray physical camera. As I mentioned before, we can control the depth of field by changing the f-number value. When the value is getting lower, the depth of field is getting shallower. When the value is getting bigger, the depth of field is getting deeper. I've already had the camera prepared in the file. Let's start interactive rendering. You can see that all elements now are in focus. The plant at the front and the elements at the background. Let's say that we don't want everything to be sharp. We need to turn on the depth of field option in the camera. Now, you can see that the plant in the foreground is blurred. But the sofa is sharp. Notice where the target of my camera is. This is why the elements close to the camera target are sharp. I will isolate some objects for you. It will be easier to see how the f-number is affecting the depth of field in the scene. When we decrease the value of the f number, less things in the scene will be in focus. I go back to the previous settings for now. Let's change the value to 8. You can notice that the image is brighter. I've shown how to change the values in the camera basics video. In this case, I'll simply adjust the exposure in the frame buffer. You can see that the area around the sofa is sharp and the plant in the foreground is more blurred. Let's see how it looks with f number equals 4. And now let's use 2.4. You can see that the depth of field is really shallow now. Okay, now I show you how to create the depth of field in Corona. We need to choose Corona Cam. I've already had the camera prepared in the scene. Here, we control the f number. As in Vray cameras, we need to enable the depth of field option. We can observe how the depth of field is changing depending on the f-stop value. Corona has some cool additional options. You can override the focus. So in this case, it ignores your original camera target distance to the camera and you can set up the value you want. Object is a really cool option. You can simply choose the object you want to have in focus. Let's try it. Great! I hope there is no more mystery behind this topic for you. Thanks for watching, and also don't forget to like this video if you found this interesting, share it, subscribe and do all these wonderful things. See you guys in the next video!